God, guys, I didn't even twitch that one time. That's a better fish too. Oh, that's a good one. Summertime frog fishing, baby. That is what we like to see when they eat the frog like that. That's awesome. Let's break down frog fishing and the 3 different types of frogs you can use to catch fish. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Monster Bass channel. That is a Monster Bass. My name is Jeremy with Fishing Lone Star. Let this fish go real quick and then we'll come back and talk about some frog fishing basics that are gonna help you catch more fish. Hang on, this one ate it really good. Like that. Let's let this one go. All right, guys, summer is upon us and it is time to break out the frogs. There's several reasons why frogs work really well in the summer. Yes, it's hot. Yes, there's a lot of vegetation. As you can see behind me, I'm on a little pond, but the bass hide in that vegetation. Frogs come through it really well and the bass come out and crash on it. All right, I'll show you these frogs really quickly and then we're gonna get to fishing them. The first one is a normal hollow body frog. This is the Pad Runner by Vicious Fishing. All right, so this is just your standard frog. I have bent the hooks out a little bit on this one. Just something you may want to do on some of your hollow body frogs. Another one is the Blitz Lure Popper Frog. You can see that mouth there. If you follow me on my channel, you know I fish this one a lot. But the hollow body frog, I do not bend the hooks on this one. It kind of comes standard this way, but I got that one in a recent Monster Bass box. And then last is the Gary Yamamoto Frog. All right. Now there's different reasons and applications of when you would want to fish all 3 of these. I'm gonna tie all 3 of them on and see if I can't catch one back here behind me on these ponds, but one on each frog, so at least 3 fish. Let's give it a go. Now real quickly before I do, the equipment I'm using a Lose Super Duty reel. I like this particular reel because it's got a high drag. I like it a lot because I can really pull them out of some of the heavy grass. I'm also throwing 50-pound braid. 50 to 60-pound braid helps the lure get the most action because braid floats. And I'm also throwing that in this particular case on a TFO extra heavy tactical elite rod. Most of the time you can get away with the heavy application. With TFO, I like to use extra heavy. It's up to you and kind of how the rod is made of the manufacturer you're using, but anywhere between extra heavy to heavy. You might be able to get away with a medium heavy if you're fishing a soft plastic frog, but for these hollow bodies, whether it be a standard one or a popping frog, I would definitely recommend using a heavy rod because you're gonna need to set those hooks. And then last thing I'll say is with the soft plastic frog, I'm using that with a 5/0 EWG hook. All right, you're just gonna Texas rig that on there and fish this top water. I'll show you really quickly. You're just gonna stick that hook right into the top, pull it out the bottom about that much, push it all the way down. When you get to the top, hold, twist, turn. All right, and then your hook is gonna go in about right there. I'll stick my thumb there, bend the frog back to about that point, bring it out the top, and you're ready to go. All right, let's start with the hollow body frog, the Pad Runner here by Vicious Fishing. Now this one, again, I've bent the hooks out just a little bit just to give me a little bit better hookup ratio, but I'm gonna go with that green and white. The legs are untrimmed, so I'm leaving them just as is. Gonna go ahead and fish this bad boy right along some of these grass edges, see if we can't catch 1 or 2 on this, and then we'll try with the soft plastic frog. Let's give this one a go. All right, so you'll actually see down this bank line where there's some pretty heavy grass and vegetation that's growing all down through here and also on that side. You want to basically throw your frog on top of it or along down the side of it and slowly working around the edges. Bass will hide underneath this grass and look for fish swimming around the edges and come out and attack it. So you want to throw your frog right along these grass edges, on top of the grass, and bring it over if it's the other side, or down the side of the grass if it's on the bank that you're fishing. So let's give that a try. So when you first make your cast, usually the best thing to do is let that frog sit for a minute, let the rings kind of go away, and then you can kind of begin to work it. And I can already tell right now this frog has really good walking action. Now sometimes you just kind of want to let it sit and then kind of give it slow twitches. Sometimes a steady retrieve is what gets bass to react. You really kind of have to just kind of figure it out that particular day and see if bass want kind of a steady hopping motion with the frog, kind of a spitting, hopping, walking, or if letting it sit is something that they'd rather have, and if they're going to come up and eat it on the pause. So kind of just depends. Have to see what really they want that day. God, guys, I literally didn't even twitch that one time. I would like to say the popping frog is doing really well, but I literally didn't even pop it. That's a better fish too. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a real good one. Wow. Gone. Just gone. That's awesome. All right, get a little 4.5 pounder. We're gonna release and watch her swim off. That's awesome. All right, normally I would have said, told you the popping frog works really well, but I literally had just let that frog sit. I didn't even reel it one time, hadn't even twitched it, hadn't even engaged the reel, and that fish came up and just destroyed that. So let's see if we can catch some more. That literally was right down the bank line over on that far side, right around some grass. There was clearly a big fish sitting in that grass, came out, saw that kind of bait, if you will. Yeah, it's a frog, but it probably looked more like a bait fish or a shad, just kind of plopped down right in front of it, and she came up and crushed it. That was awesome. Oh, there's one waking on it right now. Oh, I didn't let it eat it. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a fish that ran right out of the grass right there. You could see the wake. That was pretty darn cool. Let's just kind of throw it right down this grass edge and see if there's another one that'll come out and do the same thing. All right, now in this particular case, you can see the grass is in front of me, so I'm bringing the frog up to the edge of the grass, but from the opposite side. And I like the popping frog a little bit more because I can create a little bit more commotion with it. I just saw a bluegill come out and look at it. But again, these fish are tucked up underneath this grass, so I kind of can work my frog right around the edges, and I can always just pick it up when I get to the edge, just like that. But don't be afraid to kind of pop it out like this in the middle. Kind of slow retrieve it and then work it right back up to the grass. And sometimes those fish will come out from the side that you're on and come up and eat that frog right on the edge. That was from all the way across the pond that time. All right, that one's not near as big as the last one, but still a good fish from way across the pond. I basically threw it in between two grass patches again, working it down the side of the grass, came up and ate it. All right, let's try this third version here. This is the Yamamoto Frog, kind of a soft plastic. Well, it is a soft plastic, but a soft plastic. I had a 5/0 hook here, EWG hook, rigged weightless just because the plastic enough is heavy enough. Still throwing it on the same braid, same rod, same reel, same everything. And got some good casting distance. This is going to be a little more of a subtle thing. It's almost like a buzz bait. You can kind of tell as I'm reeling it right now, it's kind of trickling across top of the water. I can't kind of pause it or kill it and kind of let it sit, but I'm going to kind of keep a steady retrieve here. Keep it right up on the top of the water. And it's just going to gurgle and kick and really cause a good commotion. And we'll see if we can get a bass to kind of come up and eat it. It will die or swim slowly, which I'll show you how you can use that to your advantage around some of this grass. All right, so let's target this little line right here. So see, I can come right there to the grass edge. I can pause a little bit, and that frog will kind of like flutter down. Those legs will kind of kick behind it, and then when I reel, it still comes right back up to the surface because of my braid. So it's kind of like a little topwater buzzing frog, if you will. But again, when you kill it, that little plastic is just going to kind of fall and flutter, and you can kind of twitch it right around the grass edges and see if you can catch some of those fish a little subsurface. It's only about, I don't know, 3 to 4 inches underwater, but it's a great way to catch fish that are, again, right around these grass edges, or even out in the open like this. Don't be afraid to fish out in the open as well. Sometimes those fish will still react to to the frog coming across the top of the water in a little bit more shallow water. Oh, there's a fish following it. Oh, that was awesome. I literally saw it waking behind it. That was super cool. He just didn't get it. Dang it. Got him. Oh, little guy. That's funny to me because this soft plastic is actually the bigger of the 3 frogs I've thrown. Right? That's much bigger and catches the littlest fish. Just goes to show you that sometimes big baits, don't be afraid to throw them. Yeah, they'll catch little fish, but they'll also catch some bigs. All right, guys, there you have it. All 3 frogs. We got the popping frog, your standard hollow body, and a soft plastic frog. All 3 of them we caught fish today. They all 3 work. Just to show you that they all 3 work. Kind of just depends on your preference. If you want to make some commotion, if you want to bring it subtly through, or if you want to kind of buzz it on top, which frog you might use. But I'll tell you, in general, summer fishing, frog fishing is a ton of fun. Monster Bass is all here to help you catch more fish, even on frogs. Make sure you subscribe right here to the Monster Bass channel, where we're helping you fish better. Monster Bass.